You all know what they say. If you own a BMW, your life will never be boring. Oh, wow. Very dirty under here. But before we get to the unfun, broken stuff that I need to replace, let's do some fun stuff that's completely unnecessary and makes my engine bay look a little better, even though I'm not going to clean it at all. Seriously, how did it get so dirty? Probably because I'm missing my under tray. But instead of fixing that problem, I bought this! A custom strut tower brace and a bunch of fun billet parts that make it up. So we're going to put this on instead of doing anything productive, because I don't think I have enough light left to replace what's actually broken in this car today. But we will get it done this video, just not today. Okay, step one is just going to be taking these off and putting the billet mounts on. I forgot. Bit of blue Loctite. Now for the other side. Wow! Let's get the big bar now. Oh, well, now isn't that just lovely? So this thing spent, no lie, like a month and a half, maybe 2 months in customs purgatory. And it looks like it got banged around so hard that it actually scuffed this, despite this thing being wrapped very well in bubble wrap. I guess some corner got through somewhere and just kind of scuffed it a little bit. So I'm going to try and work that out with some sandpaper at some point, try and, you know, go along with the grain here of this nice brushed finish. But what a nice piece. I like that a lot. That's pretty cool. I'm not entirely sure how effective it'll be. It looks kind of difficult to actually locate it here with these with the amount of adjustments. So I just consider it a nice looking little bit of pizzazz to my absolutely filthy engine bay. This was clean when I took it to the body shop. They must have, I don't know, they paint with the hood open maybe, and gosh, there's just stuff everywhere. What the heck? Now it's time to make a mess, because my thermostat needs replacing, and it is right there. Fairly easy job. Just looking at it, looks like this has to come off, then 2 screws, fan comes out, and then I think there's 6 bolts on that thermostat housing, and you know, these are all quick disconnect. This electrical connection is quick disconnect. I've got the new one over here, along with some other another goodie, which would be my new rivets for the fender well skirts, or fender well, I don't know what you call that, but also a BorgWarner thermostat. So let's take a look. Nice to know that BorgWarner packages their parts with lots of padding, but there it is. Now what's interesting is I actually knew this was failing before it was failing, because I had an issue where I was losing coolant very, very slowly. And let's see, this goes in the car like this. Right over here is the power steering reservoir, and I finally found just a little bit of coolant residue on it. So I think that this was slightly warped, or it was warping when it got hot. And it was only leaking ever so slightly when it got hot and just misting out at that power steering line. This O-ring probably got hard. I don't understand what it is about BMWs that makes just expensive cars in general, parts don't last as long. I don't know if it's because of higher than normal tolerances, or having to squeeze more performance out of each individual part. I don't know, but luckily very, very easy to do. 4 bolts hold this in. Oh, also this bolt was like finger tight. I think it was when I was doing my refreshing the rest of the cooling system, I found this bolt was just barely even finger tight. So there's a good chance that the reason the old one failed is because of installation error. But now not only does it have that leak, but the car is not reaching operating temperature. So Ta-da! Like $40 later, we've got this nice piece of plastic here. The other unfortunate thing here is I'm not going to be able to experience the results of any of this for a few days because I've got the steering wheel off. I'm having my mom re-stitch it a bit better than I did because my garbage knots were coming undone and it was all just terrible. So she's redoing the stitching on the cover. And here's a nice little BMW thing that I love. This is I don't know what you call that, staked? I don't know. But there's already notches on this and the wheel to make it almost impossible to line it up wrong. These splines are coarse enough that it's very obvious when you don't have it on there with those lining up. There's no, oh, well, it's just a little bit off. No, you know when it's off. So wonderful feature there. Between that and the way the Guibo is keyed, you can take this whole system apart, put it back together, and the wheel will still be straight. It's absolutely wonderful design. These cars are kind of made like a Swiss watch made of plastic. A few plastic rivets to take that off, and then we've got one screw and one more plastic rivet here and here, 2 electrical connections, and out comes the entire fan if you have the superior transmission. If you have an automatic, this is the part where you wish for death, because that means you've got to get all kinds of special tools to get the clutch fan off. But there we go. That's it. We're to it. Now it's time to make a mess. I have a love-hate relationship with these quick releases. On one hand, neat, but on the other hand, just why? Probably because neat, honestly. Oh yeah! Why didn't I just drain the system? There's a drain plug, isn't there? Yeah, you know, BMW's doing BMW things. Okay, looks like it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 13 millimeters. Oh, and this electrical connection. Just squeeze. Just squeeze and use both hands, and off it comes. Yeah, literally, no effort once I had both my hands free. I was wrong about the bolts. It's 3 10s and a 13, not 3 or 4 13s. Oh, pretty easy. Ooh, yeah. You can see where it was leaking. A little bit of residue right here, and the gasket is completely crushed flat. And there go the ambulances. Ooh, look at that. That's disgusting everywhere. Yeah, this looks like a poorer quality part than what I've got new, so that's fun. I just cleaned up the mating surface with Scotch-Brite, and hey, look what I see. RTV residue. Heathens. And it's time for this new guy to go in. And so we shall. That is perfectly installed. Well, that's about as easy as it gets, isn't it? One last thing to take care of before we detail the engine bay is these little rivets right here. Gotta love OEM parts. So the issue with these is that these rivets, and I was gonna say they're in danger of falling out at any time, but clearly not since I'm having such a difficulty getting them out. They're missing a little pin that goes in the middle. So I bought some new OEM ones that have the pin. These are technically, I think, a one-time use thing. There. Installed. Oh, dang, that actually did quite a number on my thumb. It's definitely not a Concours level job, but hey, I think Alec and I got that pretty darn cleaned up. Definitely a lot better than it was, and definitely respectable. You think Johnny will be impressed? I don't know. Going on a road trip with him here soon, so I guess we'll find out. Thanks for watching.